Okay, let's just jump right in. Have you ever had that thought that maybe the biggest obstacle in your life is your own mind? Today, we are breaking down Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Nguyen. And this book, it offers a really simple, almost shockingly simple, answer to one of the biggest questions we all face. Why do we suffer? And how in the world can we find some peace? You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? That inner monologue, the one that just feels like it's on an endless loop. You're just trying to live your life, but your mind is somewhere else, replaying worries, spinning up criticisms. It is absolutely exhausting. And that feeling, that's where our journey today begins. So we all have this voice. It's like a constant narrator for our lives. The only problem is, a lot of the time, it's our harshest critic. Let's take a look at some of the common stories this voice tends to tell us.
Does any of this look familiar? I bet it does. That little flicker of self-doubt right before you start something important. The anxiety that creeps in during a meeting. And oh, the comparison trap when you're scrolling through social media. It all leads to this feeling of being completely drained from overthinking every single thing. It's a vicious cycle, and man, it can really make you feel trapped.
You know, when that voice is just relentless, it's so easy to start believing that life is just hard, that the struggle is the whole story. But what if it's not? What if that feeling of hopelessness is actually based on a huge misunderstanding? So, how do we start to change that story? Well, it all begins with understanding a really crucial distinction, one that is the foundation for this entire idea. And that is the difference between pain and suffering. They are not the same thing. This quote, wow, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? Why is it so hard to let go of feeling bad? Because it's familiar. It's comfortable in a weird way. We know how to navigate our own anxiety. We know what it feels like. Letting that go, that feels like stepping off a cliff into the unknown, even if we know we're stepping towards something way better. There's a Buddhist teaching that illustrates this perfectly with this idea of two arrows. So check this out. The first arrow is the initial pain. It's the unavoidable stuff life throws at you. A tough day, a flat tire, a harsh comment. You can't always dodge that one. But the second arrow, that's the one that causes the real damage. That is our reaction. It's the story we tell ourselves about the pain, the anger, the blame. And here's the game-changing part. That second arrow is completely optional. We're the ones who fire it at ourselves. So, to put it really simply, pain is getting stuck in traffic. Suffering is spending that whole car ride fuming, catastrophizing about being late, and beating yourself up because you didn't leave earlier. See the difference? The traffic is the pain, but all that emotional turmoil, that's the suffering we layer right on top. Okay, so this leads to a really profound idea. If suffering is just our internal reaction, it means we don't actually experience reality directly. Nope, we experience our thinking about reality. To really see this in action, just picture a busy coffee shop. You've got the smell of coffee, the background chatter, the hum of the machine. It all seems like one single objective reality, right? But the book shows us that's not the case at all. So on one side, you have someone totally lost in a storm of anxious thoughts, barely even noticing where they are. And right next to them, someone else is in a state of total calm, just enjoying the moment. The coffee shop is exactly the same for both of them. The only thing that's different is their thinking. This is the proof. We don't live in a world of circumstances. We live in a world made of thought. And this quote just captures it perfectly. The thought, I'm going to fail this presentation, isn't a fact. It's just a thought. But if we believe it, we experience the reality of fear and anxiety. Our thoughts are literally the building blocks of our experience, moment to moment. All right, so if the problem starts with our thinking, then where do we find the solution? Well, our first instinct is almost always to look outside of ourselves for something external to fix how we feel inside. We have all played this game, haven't we? I'll finally be happy when I get that promotion, or when I'm in the perfect relationship, or when I move to a new city. We are constantly chasing these external fixes for what is fundamentally an internal feeling. But it's a trap, because our feelings don't actually come from out there. The book suggests something pretty radical. It says the truth is found in simplicity. The answer isn't to add more stuff, more goals, more affirmations, more complicated techniques. The real path to peace is so much simpler. It's about unlearning the false idea that our happiness depends on anything outside of us. So the solution isn't to hustle harder, it's to understand better. Insight is the real key.
The moment you truly deeply get that your feelings come from your thinking and not from your circumstances, everything changes. You realize the power to shape your experience has been inside you this whole time.
And all of this leads to the most profound, the most liberating realization of all. It's a simple truth, but it changes everything.
I want you to let this one sink in for a second. You are not fundamentally broken. You are not a problem that needs to be solved. The anxiety, the worry, the self-doubt, all of that stuff is just mental weather passing through. It isn't who you are. Peace isn't something you have to go out and find. It's your natural state. It's what's left over when you stop believing you need fixing. This brings us to the final, really powerful idea. We spend so much of our lives trying to add things to be happy. But true freedom, that comes from letting go. Letting go of that second arrow. Letting go of the belief that the coffee shop is what's making you miserable. The moment we release our tight grip on the thoughts and stories that cause us pain, we finally create space for peace to show up.
And that really brings us to the final question for you. The past is nothing more than a collection of thoughts that you just keep thinking. The power to stop believing them isn't somewhere in the future. It's right here, in this very moment. So the question is, what story are you going to choose to believe now?